Hey guys, Tracy here with a scrapbooking process video for this picture of my little cutie when she was sick last week. She's a cold magic bag on her body there, trying to keep her cool. She had a fever for a whole entire week. So I'm just having a look at my June Scraptastic kit, which is called Carry On. I have the Carry On kit and the add-on. I'm so excited. It came yesterday, but I didn't get to scrapbook until today. Um, I'm just having a look at some of the pieces of paper that came in the kit. I'm loving that background paper, that gray striped paper for a background, and I'm also really loving this dark chevron paper for a mat for this photo. And I've pulled out a couple of papers here. It looks like I'm leaning towards a monochromatic color scheme at this point. The pink in the pillow was causing me some difficulties with pulling the red into the layout. It just kind of, I don't know, I couldn't, I didn't like it. So maybe it would have worked, but I didn't try. um, so yeah, I'm thinking about matting that gray striped paper on a piece of blue cardstock that came in the kit. Everything so far that you're seeing here has come in the June kit. And that's an Instagram photo that I printed on my charm. I'm just having a look at some of the other things that came in the kit. I definitely want to stamp on this layout, so I had a look at the stamps, and this document, this die cut, kind of stood out for me as something that I wanted to use on this layout. So I'm just kind of placing it there. It was a little sticky already from something, I got something on the back of it. um, so I'm just kind of seeing how things are going to look. I'm thinking about those Ormolu flags or banners, but I'm not going to use them on this one. Again, I'm thinking about bringing some red into this layout because there's so much red in the kit, and I love red, but the pink in the pillow is making me not want to do that. So now these are not from the kit, but I have these crepe paper frames. Uh, they look like old slide frames, and I love, love, love them. And so I picked one out that had the same color of blues that are in the kit, and I thought about kind of framing it off center like that. I love doing that with Polaroid frames and picture frames and stuff, but I'm not going to end up doing it. So I'll do that another time. Sorry about my hoodie. I was out in the garden today and I got a little bit too much sun, so I was freezing um, here in my scrap room today. So I'm just cutting all of those papers so that they're going to, overlap with each other and little bits are going to show. And I don't have any real rhyme or reason to how I do this other than I'm sort of trying to put contrasting colors together. I decided to turn that paper around the large yellow chevron. I was going to use the gray backside of that paper, but when I turned it around just to have a look at it, I really liked the look of the yellow, the bold yellow pattern, so I decided to do that. So it's not going to be monochromatic after all. I just cut one of those, what are they called? Bingo cards out of the set of cut aparts that came in the kit, and now this is a sticker sheet that came in the kit. A lot of the stuff on this layout is from the Simple Stories 24/7 collection. These stickers are from that collection, and the hexagon paper in blue is from that collection, I believe. Yes. And so I'm picking out a couple of stickers, and I'm putting some cut up foam pieces of adhesive underneath of them just so that they'll pop up off the page a little bit. I also took one of those Studio Calico cork arrows that came in the kit and put that on this sticker. The sticker is not stuck down yet. I actually put it up on foam dots, so it's not going to stick to anything quite yet. I'm having a look at these brads that came in the kit, and they're also from the Simple Stories 24/7 collection, and I just want to kind of spread them around the layout in a couple of different places. Thinking about putting a stamp with each of the arrows so that there will be an arrow, a brad, and a stamp on each of those little clusters. And now there's a little bit of an awkward place by document where it kind of overhangs the picture a little bit, the die cut does. And so I'm going to put a flare badge, and now you saw me looking through the Project Life kit. I snuck a piece out of my Project Life kit because I knew that there was a card in there that would be perfect for that spot, with all that empty space with the black paper with the chevron on it. So I rounded the corners there with my corner chomper, and that's going to hold my title, and then the sticker is going to hold my journaling. So I'm going to take everything off now, and before I do so, I'm just going to put that brad on that sticker, and I'm going to peel off the adhesive backing and on the foam dots and attach that down. So, and I think, yep, I'm going to do the title before I do my misting as well. So I'm just putting a piece of wax paper down so that I can play around with the placement of the title. The title is going to be Sick All Day, All Week. She was sick all week long. It was really sad. She hardly moved from the coach to her bed, back to the coach. So I'm playing around with, I thought about left justifying it, and then I just decided to center it and use the little stars to fill up some of the space. So those black letters are Jenny Bolin, and then the cork stickers are actually not real cork. They are made out of chipboard, and they are from their thickers, and they're called Rockabye is the font. Before I put that last word of the title in, I kind of felt like it needed something, so I put a piece of washi tape. That washi tape is from American Crafts. Came in a little package of 2 or 3, I think. And I think that just gives the last word a little home, a little ledge to sit on, or, you know, a little bit of something to make it grounded. So I'm doing my journaling here on this sticker. I do run out of room. I'm so bad at spacing my journaling, but I try not to worry about it too much. It looks a little bit squeezed in at the bottom, but what can you do, right? I actually made my journaling quite a bit shorter because I ran out of room, so I kind of ended it a little awkwardly. I'm looking at my masks because I want to do some misting on this layout. I don't use cardstock backgrounds very often, so I usually use pattern paper. So when I do use a cardstock background, I like to put some type of a pattern on it, either with misting, or sometimes I'll do like a paint technique or something. And so now I used, that was a Studio Calico mask, and I'm using Mr. Huey's in Seafoam and Opaque White. And you'll have to excuse, my hands are really messy throughout this layout. I was doing some painting. We were painting the tree house, and it's oil-based paint, and I couldn't get it off my hands. We don't have the right hand cleaner to get it off, so I'm still covered in paint. So now I'm just replacing some of that cluster there, and I'm going to stick down the flare badge. That's an Ormolu flare badge. So far I think everything except the washi tape and the Mr. Huey's came in the kit. Of course the template didn't come in the kit either, the little Mr. Huey's mask thingy. So I'm just trimming up the foam dots. I was a little messy in putting them on this black arrow, so I'm just trimming those up a little bit and trying to decide where I'm going to put that. And now I'm deciding to put that one up in the top corner, and this one is going to kind of float down a little bit. So it'll have a bit of a diagonal to this layout. And I almost inked that in black VersaFine, but then I decided to go with Stampin' Up! Basic Gray ink, which I love. It's just a tiny bit softer than a black, but it's still bold enough that you can really see it well. So then I finally stuck that arrow sticker in, punching a hole, and gonna set my brad. Gonna do the same thing up here in the corner. I stamped that stamp a tiny bit crooked, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to fuss a little bit with this placement, just because I have in mind that I want this cluster to go off the page at the top, just to, I don't know why, I just like to do that. So I fussed a little bit with the placement because I wanted to leave some room for something at the top. I don't know what yet. I thought maybe a label or something, but it turns out it's going to be a star. So these are Studio Calico chipboard stars that came in the kit. And so I'm just putting them in, it's going to end up being in two different clusters. I'm thinking about adding a third one here in the corner. But I think I'm just going to leave those brads and flare in that corner. I thought that these stars were a little bit too much. Now I'm going to trim up that star with my scissors so that it does hang off the top, and that's that. I think that just makes that area there look a little bit more grounded. Putting away some things, I found those frames that I completely forgot to use. And now I'm just going to put a piece of washi tape here. Just that edge looked a little bit awkward where the die cut piece was such a stark white, and the area under the S in this was sticking out a little bit too much. So here's some of the close-ups. I love that stamp, Life Captured. I just love the font of it. It's so fun. And here you're going to see my layers. They're quite flat. I'm going to go back and give them a little bit of dimension by adding some pop dots and just kind of crinkling up the edges with my fingers. But before I do that, I'll just show you a little bit more of the close-ups of the layout. So there we go, just kind of peeling up the edges and sticking some pop dots in behind there. I actually don't even bother sticking the pop dots down because they're really just there to hold space rather than to actually adhere things together. So now you get to see a little bit about a little bit of how the layers look once they've had that done to them. It makes a subtle difference, but it really does add quite a bit of interest to the layout. So thanks, oops, Maya's here. Sorry about that, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope everybody has a really great week and happy scrapping.